Okay, Minorcan Navy, we are back at the Pinova Chemical Plant Demolition site, and it looks like it was cleanup day today, loading some of the scrap material onto the trailers to be transported. So we got this footage here for you guys today. We see the excavator loading up a trailer, a open recycle trailer, and the hydraulic shear is there. And I guess he's kind of cutting those pieces and help separating those pieces for the excavator to load. These guys were kind of working in tandem, and teamwork makes the dream work. And you can see they've been doing a lot of this. Now it looks like it's a bit time consuming, but they're making pretty good progress here just by looking at the trailer and looking at what they're putting in there. And if I had to guess, I would say that's probably stainless steel piping that's going into that trailer. Now, as they're gathering the material and putting it in the recycle trailer, watching a little bit of this, we started thinking about maybe we could fly the drone over to some of the structures that are still left standing on the property that look like they still have to come down, but maybe the process has started. And we're going to do that, kind of take a ride over there and take a look at one of the areas for sure, because it looks like there's a lot of processing pieces that are in there that still may be able to be used again, put into another plant somewhere. So we'll take a look at that as we see our last couple little pieces here going into the trailer here with these guys. And we'll come back and we'll check with these guys again in a minute as they're continuing the process here. So I guess it looks to me like maybe they go through, they get the stainless out, and then maybe get the steel up. But we kind of look back across the site, you can really tell this operation has been full force. You see, there's still some structures that are still standing, and this one in particular caught my attention, and we're going to take a little look at it and see what type of what this machinery, or I shouldn't say machinery, what type of devices here processing pieces are still in this. This is a pretty tall structure. But it looks like whatever they've got in there, two of them kind of side by side. You can see that there's whatever those pieces are that are inside the building. They look very similar. And I'm not sure if that's some kind of a separator, or I'm hoping to get somebody on that can give us a little better idea of what went on in some of these areas of the plant. That's going to be interesting when we do that, and maybe we're able to talk about a little bit of the history here of the facility. Pinova bought this facility from the Hercules Corporation. And the plant had been in this Brunswick area here on this site for over 100 years. The process, the products that they created here, some of those have changed, but the plant itself has been here for quite a long time. And naturally, some areas of the plant look like they were in better shape than others. And this is one of the larger structures that's still on site. But we can definitely tell that a lot of cleanup has already taken place. Looking forward to seeing this place cleaned off when that happens, and what happens to the property, what it's going to take to get the property maybe up for another use. And I'm sure whatever that is, I'm sure it will require some testing and probably some mitigation of some type for the soil, for the ground. I guess all that'll come into the future. Another thing is, there's a lot of concrete that's here on the ground. I know the operation that's in here right now, they're taking care of the structures and that part of the plant that made it operational. But the concrete that's there, I'm sure that it will come up at some point, and how that will be processed, whether it's broken up here on site and taken somewhere, or more than likely do they bring in like a crusher system or something to break up the concrete as they pull it up and process it that way. I don't know. I've never been part of a chemical plant demolition. You see the dynamic duo here, still working on loading that trailer. And this seems to be all in that area of where we saw that shed come down, and the process that they did in the past couple days. Looks like that's exactly where they're focusing their efforts now. Just look how that shear is able to just reach in there and just so gingerly pick up those pieces and then kind of pass them over to the excavator where it can get them and get them loaded up into the trailer. Those operators have to have a very light touch, and that's just really experience and knowing your equipment. Wonder how many tons of material they've taken out of here already. Would have to be a pretty large number, I would think. Swing it over and drop it in. Need to look at scrap prices and see what what the price is on this type of material. If this is in fact stainless, and do they get a different price for stainless pipe versus stainless plate, or is it just by the weight of just stainless? I don't know. I too have questions, but it is fascinating to watch, and that's kind of what I wanted to bring you guys into this area to watch and see the processes that happens. And I'm sure that from the ground level, that pile that they're working through is probably a lot larger than what it looks like from the drone. And there we see another load that's on its way out. You can definitely tell a lot of material being processed here. Well, hey, thanks for joining us here today. Another day at the chemical plant demolition. You guys, as always, if you haven't done it yet and you're watching, hit the subscribe button for us. Leave us a thumbs up. Leave us some comments. Most of all, hey, we want you guys to be safe out there.